your experience with some of the team members. I'm ready to go with you. I think I bought a bag the first day after I talked to you guys, and I'm down to support the floor with you. So, if anybody's on the call, if you guys have questions or want to chat, or if you have any specific questions, definitely happy to answer anything that you got.
Cool. Yeah. So I'll obviously start off with the first two questions. And one I wanted to really point out was when we talked about the old project, that 80% number. And obviously, if you know what I'm talking about, then you'll be able to answer that question pretty directly. So I think, when we talk about really building out the community, we're trying to get to that 80%, right? So that 80-20 rule works everywhere. So I just loved how you explained it before, but I'm going to leave that to you for now.
Yeah. And, what I really look at, and just to give a little more, background, I'm sure some people on this call, maybe I know you guys, maybe I don't. On Telegram, my name is, or used to be Mike Dream Calls. Now I'm Mike HOLA. I've worked with a bunch of big callers. I'm friends with them. I've worked on, as I said, I really can't even tell you how many core teams at this point. I stick by teams, if they're hardworking. I've been on one core team for 2 years. That project, we shot the 50 million on the BSC in early 2022. It's still alive today. Got migrated to ETH. I've been on many more teams that have done, low millions, mid millions, a couple into the tens of millions, but obviously the market had been down a bit. But right now is the time. I mean, think about how many projects are flying to, obviously to the millions and flying into the tens of millions or hundreds of millions. Now is the time. So for anybody that has a project or is thinking about building a project, get the right people in, and sky's the limit. So, it's almost like a blessing to be able to do what I do, because teams that are seeking out post-launch marketing, that means one thing: they're serious about their project, they're serious about the community, and they're serious about the direction that they're going. So, I think that with Roar specifically, just getting a few more eyes on it. I'm down to, come in, be on voice chat with you guys in the community for a lot of projects. That's what I do for them, is kind of be, do VC and help with that side of it. That absolutely, the pieces are in place right here that we can, push it as far as it can go. And as I said, even just some people on this call, I've seen you guys, even if I don't know you directly, I've seen you in other projects. I know that you guys are very good at what you do. And it's even more encouraging to see just some of the names out here right now.
We got the players. I think, everybody's looking for a home in crypto. Everybody's looking for somewhere that they can, again, leave your crypto and feel safe when you go to bed at night. And that's the one thing that we're building for sure. So, I see Cal Bell, Chaka, those are names that I know. Jesse, obviously. Wooden's been in there to help out a lot. I know Leeward moves around between communities as well. Core is up in there as well. It's that guy. So yeah, we have a lot of, and then some of these other names that I don't know that I know are being pulled in a lot through you, right? So then this is again where we're looking for to leverage that. The point I was getting to with the 80% is that it doesn't matter what it is that you're holding or trading. 80% of that can't move, right? So we're trying to get to that 80% number. Obviously, we don't know what it is exactly, but once that 80% is there, that is the floor, right? Once we have an 80% accumulation of something, that is floor, right? So once we have that, then we know we can only move up there, up from there. So if you look at stocks, it's the same thing. They rotate around that 79, 80%. No movement for X amount of months. So that's what we're looking for. We are looking for diamond hands. At this point, again, we're looking for you to now stack on top of what we built as floor, right? And that's your play money. Like, again, if we can get to a point where everyone is just, diamond hand in it or whatever, and believes in the project and what's to come, and knowing that we're going to multiply X-fold, then there's no reason I ever have to go back to that. Because, whatever play money you have is going to be 50X, 100X. But let's be realistic here and say just 10X to start. So, let's get to that point where we're done with the consolidation. We're done with the building of the floor. And now we can have our play money. Because a lot of you guys are in here for that reason, right? And that's what we want. at the end of the day. We want people to come and trade. We want to keep trending going 24/7, whether it be on ETH trending, whether it be Safeguard and HOLA. I know you guys are coming up with your own trending as well. And then that was to the next point, or the next question I have is the services that you're going to be bringing to us on this next phase.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, all the trendings are good. Yeah, and we're building out. Actually, I've some big news coming about that for our community, but I'll leave that for another day on the trending side there. But yeah, for, what we talked about with you guys, we're looking at a mix of different things that can coincide with the token and the NFTs. So there'll be, different bot ads that will go out on some of the, larger bots that are out in the space, trying to really make very actionable ads. There are tricks to doing that can actually get people to drive in off of that. I believe that we're going to see some trending on CoinGecko coming up that will be out there for a number of days. So with different types of things like this, the key is you're getting eyes on you. When people come in, you absolutely, and I think people know this already, you need to have the community ready so that you have that environment, where people want to ape into the project. So, to some devs who are absolutely new to the Telegram space, which there are some people like that who launch, you have to keep that Telegram good, as active as possible. So, if anybody is new in here or listening that doesn't know that, and just always point that out, because you can do all the marketing in the world. If the TG isn't ready for people, you're not going to get the full results that you want. But we're also going to layer out a bunch of different site ads out there, different banner ads on a bunch of different sites that people use, not just like voting sites, stuff like that, but some of the DEX sites and different places that people go to. And we're going to bring one of my friends who's a caller who's also very good at networking. He's been working behind the scenes for Chart AI, really networking a lot with people there. We'll bring him in at the right time. He has a real good community. I like using him. He's a friend, and 100% people join, when he goes and supports. And then once again, it comes down to the same thing I tell every single project that I talk to, and just reiterating what I just said. It is the job of the community to have that Telegram, which is essentially your storefront. I relate it to, my real world companies. I ran a bunch of different companies just for the record, but I had a few different brick and mortar stores. And, if your store is not inviting and conducive to people buying, then, they're never going to come back if they buy anything when they're there in the first place. So those things right there are pretty much a mix of everything that's needed. And then, as I said, I will show this into the different private groups that I know. And my approach with it, I really don't hard shell. I'm not a big fan of it. I got friends that hard shell, and I love them to death. They do bring me good plays, but when there's a good community and good devs, I just try to put the information out there and then do it around a time that gives people a reason to join. So, I think for this project here specifically, the NFTs, the way that they're going to be for some of the top holders is a good way to roll it out, to try to get people to join and give them, not only get them to join the group, but give them that incentive to try to grab a bag to be in that, top tier that you guys have. So I don't know. I don't even know if I laid out my full approach on that for you guys yet, but that's what I'm thinking. I think it will work great. As I said, the project that I'm on that relaunched yesterday, we didn't do any paid marketing for it. In all honesty, we just utilized some of the connections that we had, and it was shot up from 200 to a million now. So sky's the limit. Projects need to be very innovative and really, think about all the different approaches that they can use to get a chart to move. I think your chart looks good. I mean, it's definitely in a point where people can ape it. It's a cool concept, cool community. So I just encourage everybody to be ready and just push push as hard as you can, over the next couple of weeks in a run up to the NFTs, so that people can get in, have an incentive to ape in, and be one of the holders that can benefit from some of the programs you're going to run there. And frankly, to me, I try to simplify things like that. Right there can work. Just bottom line, when people join, have them ready to learn about the project And if we get good private groups in, bring in some new callers, have some good bot ads that can be effective out there so people can at least see the name, different banner ads, have some trending on CG. All those things right there can be very effective at not only letting the community know that the team is working, but also, getting eyes on it where new people will come in and buy too. So, yeah, that's just a little rundown right there. I can delve deeper into any of it, but I'm excited. I personally am just somebody, and if, any of my friends end up joining or listening to this, absolutely, I have helped teams 100% for free, not ever taken anything. I love business. That's why I love this space. That's why I love doing this kind of stuff. And I look at everything as a challenge to a degree. So for this right here, there's not a reason in the world why any crypto project cannot be in the millions in this current market. It does not mean everyone will get there. Obviously, we all know that. Chain matters right now. I've been aping a bunch of soul plays. I think I'm almost tired of it. So, you're on the right chain, to be able to, realize that growth. And I think we can get there. 100% with the dedication that I've seen talking from you guys, and just the way, I don't even know if I said this to you, but the way you guys talked about even kind of separating the NFTs and, having marketing for that and, marketing for the token shows me that you guys get it. So we'll continue our combos behind the scenes and ensure that we really try to roll this all out in the correct way to maximize the impact and just keep pushing new higher floors for you guys.
Absolutely, and you touched on a lot of the things, and the one thing I guess we should start with is that we were able to customize our package with them. We were to take out things, and things we took out was the shield. I think like the shield bot trending, and then we did that ourselves. For us, it just didn't make sense for you to do something that we could do ourselves. And you said there was, it wasn't going to be a value for us in terms of rolling out that marketing package. So yeah, we're focused still on the altcoin, and all of the marketing that we're doing currently is for the altcoin. Right, there is a separate stream that will start up, and we will be looking to bring in community members that are influencers to into that process, because this is going to be a business that you guys have. Right, we will always help to provide structure. We will always try to be some rationale. I think we are certainly going to step away at after 12 months. I don't know where the project's going to be, but we would obviously think about bringing in VCs and stuff like that to help really propel this into a real brand or something. But at this point, we're still building community, so that's the focus. Is driving everything through RTG, making sure that we have all the right pieces in place. I think we've got over 10 admins. We've had to at least. So if you're not active as an admin, we tend to remove you, and if you will ask you whether or not you want to be added as an admin back. But we went through that growing point very early, where everybody's learning. And even today, we've seen some corrections from the community members that weren't TG admins before. There was let's say the Shield bot was running. I think Solace came in there, shut it down, because there was no likes are coming. So we've got a community effort there that I think is very grassroots and very much obviously about our meta and our message and our narrative and the story we want to be telling in 12 months, the story we want to be telling in 6 to 9 months. So it's important that we continue to drive everything through the Telegram, and as well as the NFTs will also go through as well. I think the one thing that we need to talk about is the shakeout. Shakeout is not fun. Shakeout is not fun. It's not fun for the dev. It's not fun for the community, because a lot of you guys are bringing in people. The cap is at a certain number. It goes down 50%. And then, they get nervous. We get when people speak up about those things. We understand that there hasn't been a lot of communication from the project team about what they're doing in order to support the project, other than hoping that, you guys trust the process, trust what we're doing, and seeing what the output that we're actually putting in on a day-to-day basis. But that shakeout is not fun, right? We had whales come in, put in 7%. And at those points, we actually needed that. Because we would have probably dipped at that point to under 100,000. That whale ended up going, but we were able, that gave us the time to build in the support to support the project, right? Because the focus at this point is the NFT. Sorry, is the altcoins, and then comes the NFTs. The NFTs will tie in, obviously, into an ecosystem, because we do believe that ETH is the platform in which you can work from. In the future, I'm sure gas will be worked out. But when you come to ETH, we want you to come to, obviously, Roar. You know, we want you to come to Roaring Kitty. That's where we want you to come and park your ETH. That's where we want you to come and play with your ETH. And that's the intent. So building confidence on that floor, shoring it up on a day-to-day basis is how we want to show that output. And we've been able to, I don't know, the number that I've been working with right now is certainly 20 to 30% to get to that 80. We don't know what it was initially. You know, I think we were still pretty close to like a 40 in terms of like people who came in, what was there maybe for project allocations or whatever. But there's still going to be that 1 to 2% shakeouts, right? Where we're going to see that at this point it's absorbed as best I think we can from a lower support level. And now it's really, as we're talking about that stacking phase, we need to start stacking. But you know, we also know that you need to have confidence that that floor is going to be there. So you know, we're going to continue to shore it up as much as we can in order to get there. And I'm going to touch on the NFTs quickly before I send it back to you there, Mike. Is that with that top 100 NFT, with that 555 top 500 NFT, you know, we see that as something that could pay you out couple $1,000, just the NFT itself, right? Not the value of the NFT itself. And we're not, okay, so yeah, so let's look at it like this. First, the rev share. Let's say you own 3%. I like to work the 5% number at this point anyways, because it's just there. You get $1,000, right? That's about $20,000 from the NFT collection. You know, 5% then goes to that person that owns 5%, right? So we also expect that not everybody's going to claim. So that actually is going to be more than $1,000, and most likely it'd be, I don't know, we're saying 2/3 claim. So if 2/3 claim, that's still about, I don't know, 1,500 possibly, you know, so it's still a good number. You get the free claim. So obviously that NFT itself has got a value of, you know, half ETH just off the bat, right? And not necessarily, it's also based on what you have in your wallet, right? So it obviously only pays out based on what's in your wallet and with that NFT. But, you know, no payout has happened at that point. So that has crazy value at that point. And then you also get the free mint. Then you also get a wallet that allows you to get to mint, I don't know, 5 at the minimum, maybe 10. It looks like the number is going to be 5 at 0.01. So that's paid for. So even at a 555 level, that's paid for. Like for gas for your free mint, you got that, right? And then at that point, it's really, you know, how much assets you want to go in. We'll teach you guys about the NFTs and how to sweep, when to sell, what's the sweet spots and all that, and get it to run. Don't worry about that. But what I'm still saying is that 0.01, well, let's be real. Let's talk at a minimum and say 0.05, right? Well, let's say that. And we'll be realistic there, but we know that it can run up to 10x. We know that it can run up to 20x. And this will have a cycle that I think from that perspective, even in the top 555, you'll still make, if you were to mint out, and that's where we're saying at least that $1,000 at least for sure, right? We're not saying everyone can sell at the top. No one that we get that, only 1 or 2 people, but the top for NFTs sits around longer, right? It sits around a little bit longer and allows for more people to get their assets out. So, you know, we're going to have fun. We're going to have fun doing this. We're going to make sure that everybody is secure. And ultimately, you know, it is about the altcoin and holding the altcoin, but we want to be able to bring everything together. And that's the easiest way for us to start associating the 721 with the ERC20, and then ultimately building out our own ecosystem there, because that's the talk everywhere, right? It's building out ecosystem, whether it's Web 2 or Web 3, is building out your own ecosystem. Pepe doesn't have that. Roar is going to have that. Roar is going to have that. We're going to marry the two. And at that point, I think the sky's the limit for mass adoption, obviously branding. And the one other thing I forgot about the NFT is that you'll obviously get a free claim into the derivative collection. It won't be as many in the wallet, but at that point, we can start looking at really how we can pool and make something of it.